In today's video, I'm going to talk about the songs from Show Me the Money 10 episode 8, so let's get right into it. First, I'm going to talk about Basick song. It's called Meeting is Easy, but Parting is Hard. At least the English title is that. And this song was a nice hip-hop alternative type of vibe song. The first thing I noticed about this song is that it's a singing rap song. From what I can remember, Basick has never done this style, so that's very nice to see that he's experimenting in that way. In addition to that, he also had a band on stage. I thought that was really cool. And I like that Toil was actually playing the guitar in the band. One thing I did dislike about the performance though is that the way they used Leela Mars. And you guys know I really like Leela Mars. It's the pro Leela Mars account, so it's not that I just don't like him, but Leela Mars is known pretty much as a rapper, and his secret weapon is playing the violin. But for this song, they had him singing, and he has a nice singing voice, but I think they should have used someone else to sing the song, and if they were going to use Leela Mars, they should have either showcased his rapping, or I think this would have been a very good opportunity to showcase his violin playing. That would have been super cool, especially since they have Toil on guitar as well. And they went through the trouble of having a whole live band perform this song. But again, like I said, he does have a really nice voice. Overall, I definitely like this song a lot, so I don't have that many criticisms of it. The next song I'm going to talk about is B.O.'s song, which is called Limousine, and it features Minnow. Just like Basick song, it also had a full band with it. I really, really liked that. It's much better than having the choreography dancers in the background, which I'll talk about more later. This song was basically an adult alternative song. It was not hip hop at all. It did have hip hop verses on it. Basically, Minnow's verse was the rapping verse, and then B.O. did rap at some points as well. But this definitely wasn't even like really a hip hop influence song. I think it even had more jazz or bluesy influences to it than actual hip hop. So to me, it was actually kind of hard to figure out how I felt about this song, because I'm watching these performances with the idea that this is Show Me the Money, a hip hop show, and it's really hard to analyze a song that's not hip hop in that context. But overall, if I just look at it without the context of Show Me the Money, it's a very good song. The vocals are on point, Minnow's rapping is on point, the performance is great. They had a band, and overall it was just very pleasant to listen to. This song was at #1 on the charts. I think it's at like #3 right now, something around there on Melon. But I definitely think it's a really good song, so I see why it's that high on the charts. But like I said, in the context of Show Me the Money, I just didn't really know why this was really on the show. This song was called Gganbu, and it's by Koonta featuring Yeomda and Ash Island. I thought it was a very nice instrumental. I really enjoyed the guitars on it, and I really loved the overall just feel of the music. Koonta is also a great singer. He's very nice to listen to. And this song has hip-hop influences in the instrumental as well as rapping, so that's great as well. But that said, it's still more of like a sing-song type of song. I think the singing took precedence more over the rapping. They brought Ash Island. He was a very nice touch. I definitely liked his outfit. I liked his rap. I think he probably could have stayed on stage a lot longer, because he kind of just high fives Koonta at the end of his verse and just leaves. I think it would have been cool to have him throughout the rest of the song and have the pose at the end. But that's really the only thing that I have to say negative about Ash Island. And again, this was a really good song. It's definitely one of my favorites of the episode. This song is called Reset, and it has synths and tabber on it. I couldn't help but notice, but this song has even more singing on it. That said, synths has a very nice balance of singing and rapping, so it's not as bothersome as some of the other songs. Also, I think her singing is just pretty nice to listen to. And that goes for Gecko as well. But to be honest, I feel like Tabber's vocals impressed me more than anybody else on the episode. I don't know what it is. I guess it's his tone, but I really liked his voice, and I think it stood out. Overall, I really liked it. I also think that Kid Millie was an interesting addition to this song. If I was to just listen to this song without knowing that Kid Millie's on it, I would never think to put Kid Millie as a featuring artist, but he worked pretty well. I'm just surprised they even thought to put him on this song in particular. The instrumental for this song does have hip-hop influences, but I felt like it was pretty jazzy too. But again, overall, it's a really pleasant and likable song. I've seen 2 different titles for this next song. I've seen Press F5, and I've also seen Refresh, but pressing F5 is refresh on the computer, so they're kind of equivalent anyway. And this song has Geegooin and Anandelight featuring Gray. I thought that during the performance, Geegooin's rapping and gesturing while he's performing was really fun and entertaining to watch. And I thought that Gray's hook was pretty catchy too, but the person who really is the highlight and really brings this song home in the performance version and on the album version is Anandelight. He's dancing all over the stage, his rapping is impeccable, and in general, he was just really enjoyable. And honestly, I didn't even know exactly who I even wanted to win this season until I saw Anandelight during this performance. To me, he's been consistently top tier, and you can see me saying that in my previous videos. And so honestly, he's one person that I would definitely like to see win this show, and I definitely think he has the potential to win the show if he gets the right songs and he just goes for it. I think it's going to be very dependent on whether he gets the right song because he definitely has the talent and all of that, but it's very clear that the winner has to have good songs, and I feel like it's even more apparent on this particular season. So Don Mills and Khakii have a song called Chameleon, and this song features Sumin and Debo. And this is, of course, another song that utilizes singing rap, but I do think that Don Mills has a good balance between the rapping and the singing because he doesn't use sing rap style the whole verse. So I thought that was a really good touch. Sumin matched really well too because Debo, Don Mills, and Khakii, they're all like tall, masculine men, but she was like really small and soft, so it was a nice opposition as opposed to just having one thing on the stage. Her mannerisms on the stage as well as her vocals definitely created that opposition, and I definitely like that a lot, so I appreciate her as a featuring artist. And also her voice fits the fun playfulness of the instrumental, so I thought that fit very well from a musical standpoint as well. I also really liked the Debo edition because so far the songs have been really normal and mainstream. So it was nice to have an artist who is known for being, sounding, and dressing really uniquely and really different. And that definitely made this performance stand out a little bit more among the other performances. And as far as Khakii, I think this was the best performance I've ever seen from him, performance-wise as well as rapping. So definitely shout out to him. And also, I just thought the outfits were pretty cool on this performance as well, so that's just another plus. The seventh song on this episode was called MoyaMoya, and that's by Samyuko Lit and Hwang Jisang. This song is definitely performance-based, and I'm not a big fan of the song itself, but I do think it was very fun to watch performance-wise. It's definitely one that would be fun to sing along to when you're in the crowd at the concert, and it's definitely fun to watch live. But again, I'm not that big of a fan of the album version of the song. But this is one of the songs that was solidly hip hop this episode, so I definitely really appreciated that. And I definitely think Hwang Jisang and Samyuko Lit took a lot of effort in making sure the crowd was hyped up and the song was just fun to watch. And this is one of the few performances where I felt like the dancers actually added to the whole atmosphere of the performance and all of that, because it ended up looking like a big party, and that kind of added to the hyping up of the crowd. But honestly, I didn't absolutely need Wasabi or the dancers because I think the two artists were doing really good all by themselves and they could have carried it on their own. But it didn't take away from the performance, so I think that is definitely a positive thing. This song is called Moss and it features Minnow and Bobby. And to me, this song is the main event and it's definitely my favorite performance of the episode. The instrumental is really warped and it has some weird and interesting droning electronic noises. There's almost no singing on this song. It's pretty much 100% rapping. I just thought Mud was all over the stage putting his all into taking up space and just moving around and making sure that the people have something to watch. There was also flashing lights and lasers, so it was like visually interesting to watch. And in general, I felt like Mud was putting on a pretty good show all by himself. Again, the background dancers were not needed at all. So I think it's really lucky that they were way off to the side and on like the second story. So it was really easy to ignore them. I feel like we barely saw them. But even with all that going on, there's like a suspenseful buildup in the instrumental. And then all of a sudden, Bobby comes out in a mask and he's doing his thing too. He's doing really good. He's killing it as far as rapping. And I also think that Bobby and Mud match really well because we all know that Bobby like doesn't really care what anyone thinks about him and he's just himself. and that's pretty much the same thing with Mud as well. So it's like a perfect chemistry and match to have these two on a song together. But then in addition to that, it sounds like it could be Bobby's own song. And to me, that's the best way to do a featuring is when it sounds like it could be a song that the featuring artist would make. Otherwise, sometimes it could sound like they just threw an artist onto the song for the sake of it. So overall, I felt like Mud the Student definitely saved this whole episode. So many of their songs were really good, but they were either not hip hop at all, or they just wasn't really anything particularly unique that made you really think of the artist and make them stand out. But Mud's definitely was unique and made him stay in your mind. It was really unique and different, and it was fully rapped, so it was definitely extremely appreciated. And so now Mud is one of the other people who I would want to really win the show. So for me, overall, the best song on the show is Koonta's song Gganbu, but the best performance, like I said, is Mud the Student's song Moss. For the episode song as a whole, I felt like they were all really good and high quality, but I'm hoping we definitely see more songs that start to lean more towards hip hop instead of other genres. Influences are fine, but when a song is just completely not even hip hop, it kind of doesn't belong on the show, even if it's a really good song. Also, I'm hoping for more iconic and anthemy songs that we can really consider iconic, even if they don't make it to the charts or that high on the charts, because I definitely feel like we're still lacking that even this late in the show. Also, I think the background dancers in general can kind of go now. At this point, they're on almost every performance and they've kind of outlived their purpose, so I would like to see them go unless they're really important to the stage and they really fit well. So if you would like to see more content about Show Me the Money, then please watch my Show Me the Money 10 playlist, which is showing up now on screen, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.